Ainslie Park in Edinburgh. It is the European UEFA Women's Under-19s qualifying championships here. It's the elite round qualifiers. We are on match day 3, and I'm delighted to be back here again. It's Scotland versus Russia. My name's Stephen Mill, and again, I'm joined in the commentary box by Glasgow City captain and former Scotland international Leanne Ross. How you doing, Leanne?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, well, listen, it's nothing really to play for in terms of the group. Let's take a look at the results so far in this championship. Scotland in the group with Russia and also with Czech Republic and Italy. And if we run through the scores, back on Monday it finished Czech Republic 2, Scotland 1. That was over at Orium there. Then Russia 1 and Italy 7, so a heavy defeat for the Russians, and that continued into the next match. They were beaten 7-0 by Czech Republic, so they've maybe got something to prove today. Scotland also succumbing to defeat as well. 4-1 was the final scoreline on Thursday against the Italians. Now Italy and Czech Republic will be playing off to see who wins the group today. We'll keep you updated on that score. That's happening at Orium, and here at Ainslie Park we are live on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. It's Scotland versus Russia. Let's take a look at the table just quickly before we move on. And there we are, there's confirmation of that. Italy sitting on top of the table, just one goal clear of Czech Republic, both on 6 points so far. So as I said, it's a shootout between Italy and Czech Republic, and Scotland and Russia fighting for third place today. Now let's take a look at how Russia qualified for this stage, because as I mentioned, this is the elite round stage and there was a qualification process to get to this point, and the finals are taking place in Switzerland this summer, and it's only the group winners that go through. The team's just coming out onto the pitch, and Russia qualified, one defeat, one draw and one loss to get to this point. So it was a mixed set of results, and it's certainly been mixed results for Russia this week as well, Leanne.
Yeah, it has. They seem to have lost a few goals, so hopefully today Scotland can get on the attack nice and early and get themselves in the lead. So I'd like to see them getting a win in the group. They've played really well so far, and I think that's their efforts deserve at least 3 points on the board. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. 2 defeats, but 2 very decent performances. The Italy match the other day, it was a fantastic start after taking the lead after, what, 12-13 seconds?
It was, yeah. It was quite surprising to see them going ahead so early on, but they would be pleased with that. I think they did well in terms of ball retention for long spells in the first half, and then unfortunate again just to lose those goals to go down at half time.
Well, as you can see, the teams are making their way onto the pitch. Scotland in their change strip today, the new away strip, and we'll get the anthems in just a couple of minutes time. We'll also run through the team news after we've had the anthems. A few changes for Scotland, but we will get to that once we've had the national anthems of both Scotland and Russia. So there we are. There are the anthems for Russia and Scotland. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups, beginning with Scotland. And I can tell you that there are 3 changes from the defeat to Italy on Thursday. Out drops Eartha Cummings in goal, replaced by Erin Clackers. Then we've got Michaela McAloney returning to the starting 11 at the expense of Ellis Dalglish, and Leah Eddy also drops out. And Lauren Davidson comes in as well. What are you thinking about the formation today? Might be a few changes from the other couple of matches.
In terms of the formation, I don't think there'll be too many changes, but I'm not quite sure where a few of the players are going to play. I would expect maybe Lauren Davidson to play up through the middle, so Jamie Lee Napier might play in a wider area for this game, but I could be wrong.
In terms of the Russians, let's take a look at their starting lineup today. Player to look out for, Victoria Dubova. She is the captain today. She's probably the standout performer in this team. 2 heavy defeats so far, but they do line up like this. It's Stananova in goals, Mayakova, Manilova, Škoda, Kuzmina, Kuropatkina, Dubova, I mentioned there, she is number 11 today if you're keeping an eye on her. Shesterneva, Abrinkova, I should say, Fetetova and Karolampis. That is the starting lineup for Russia this afternoon. Teams just about to take shape, and we can maybe get an idea of where we are all playing today. Teams just going into the huddle and getting sorted for this match day 3 elite round qualification for Under-19s Women European Championships in the summer. They're happening in Switzerland. Remember, they are happening in Scotland next year, and details will be released of that over the course of the next few months in terms of venues. It's always good to have tournaments here in Scotland, and a great setup here at Ainslie Park for Spartans. Of course, Spartans in the Lowland League, and this is the venue for the final match between Scotland and Russia. Seems to be just a little bit of delay here while Shannon McGregor drops something off of the bench there. In terms of Scotland, we mentioned, it's been positive performances, but obviously not positive results. But there's a lot of learning to do. It's quite a young Scotland team, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and they've been playing against quality sides. Don't forget that. I think the Czech Republic, they matched them really, really well for long spells of the game, and were really unfortunate not to take something from the game. And again, I think the Italians were a good team. They worked Scotland really hard, and at the end of the day, they were well worthy to take the points in that match. But there are positives to take for Scotland, and hopefully they can take it into this game and go away with a win.
That's us underway then. Jamie Lee Napier getting us started, and Scotland happy to keep possession with Notley, the captain, bring it forward. Plays the ball down the line. Looks for Charlotte Newsham. Plays with Manchester City. The men's side just missing out the title yesterday. Ball into feet. And Amy Muir goes back the way to Sam Kerr. She's closed in quickly by Kuropatkina though. Here's Shannon McGregor. Had 2 decent matches so far. McGregor and Jamie Lee Napier, probably the standouts in terms of the outfield players. Eartha Cummings having a great game on Thursday as well, but she's on the bench today. Erin Clackers, what can you tell us about Erin?
Again, another fantastic goalkeeper. It would have been a tough decision for Pauline and her staff to decide on who was going to take that starting jersey. And I think that Erin's worthy of a start today, and she'll show that she's right up there on par with Eartha in terms of her shot stopping. She works really hard in training, and I'm pleased to see her getting a start today.
And we're just looking there, looks like Michaela McAloney playing at centre half. She picked up an injury in the first game, didn't start on Thursday, but came on in the second half. Made a difference in the midfield, but she's playing a little bit further back today. Scotland keeping possession at the moment. Happy to knock it across the back line. As I mentioned, we will keep you updated on that Czech Republic-Italy match, which is just kicked off as well over at Oriam. Scotland play the ball forward, and they win the throw-in over on that far side there. Decent start for Scotland in terms of possession, keeping the ball.
Yep, that's what they'll look to do in terms of moving Russia across the pitch. Try and stretch them, get good opportunities for our wider players who have both got pace. It looks like Lauren Davidson's actually playing out wide on the right hand side, and Brogan Hay on the left, so we should really be trying to feed them nice and early and see if they can challenge the full-backs and get some quality balls into the box.
For Russia as well, 2 very heavy defeats so far. It can be a bit demoralising, so we don't know what shape they'll be in. We'll just need to wait and see. But Scotland making all the early play so far. It's another throwing down this left hand side. Brogan Hay again, another one of the star performers this week for Scotland. Into McGregor, she hooks it into the middle. It's well defended by the Russians, but the ball is back with Scotland, so we can see so far that there's a definite pattern emerging here. Scotland with the possession, Russia quite happy to sit in at the moment. Doran Barr was with Rangers. The Russians with a bit of possession now, but it's well cut out by Newsham. She can release Hay now. She does well and spreads the ball out to Doran Barr on that right hand side. In the box for Scotland, nearly back to Kerr, goal scorer the other day. Decent play by Scotland, stretching the Russians as you were saying.
Yeah, and I think Sam Kerr's playing in the deeper of the 3 in midfield there, so she'll just be looking to dictate the play, switch it from side to side and keep good possession for Scotland. So she's followed the play up well there and almost got herself a shot on the edge of the box.
Into the feet of Amy Muir, plays it into the middle. Russia looking fairly shaky at the back so far. They're struggling to get out, the Russians. Here comes Scotland again. It's cleared away, but Notley can keep the pressure on. It was a nice ball out wide to Newsham. And looks like it was maybe hit her hand there. Free kick to Russia. Decent opening 5 minutes. The Spanish official today. McGregor just loses out on the header there. But Scotland can pick up possession. Looks like it took a deflection there. It should be a Scotland ball, but the referee thinks otherwise. Napier tries to bring the ball down, just hassles the defenders. Here's Hay. Newsham tries to play it in the feet of Napier, and she does well and turns, plays it to the back post, but there's nobody making that run at the back there. Nice turn by Jamie Lee though.
Yeah, she's had a great tournament. She's constantly been on the run, offering her teammates options to get her on the ball, and I think she's done well there to get a turn and could really be a bit more selfish and just have a shot at goal.
How far away do you think some of these players are from maybe making the step up to the A team, Leanne?
I think a lot of them are playing regularly for their teams now in the Scottish Women's Premier League, so they're training and playing with players that are in the A squad at the moment, so they know the standard. They work very hard. I can speak for the players that are in my team anyway, and you can see that they work hard in terms of fitness and working on their technical ability. So in terms of having ambitions for the national team, I think that every single player out there should have those ambitions, and it's not something that's beyond their capability, so they just need to keep working hard.
There's Napier with the header there. Just didn't get quite enough on it. It was a good chance, it was a good ball in by Doran Barr, but Scotland keep the pressure on. This is a good spell for Scotland. Kerr tries a long range effort, but that's easy enough for Stinover. Seems that Scotland are putting quite a bit of pressure on the Russians just now. Good start.
We're looking dangerous in the wide areas, and I think that's where we're going to get success, because we're going to stretch them, get the ball out into the wider areas, and a quality ball into the box could be all the difference.
That was maybe the downfall of the team the other day against the Italians, albeit the Italians were a good side, but we didn't get the ball wide enough, I don't think.
Yeah, that can make a huge difference because, as I said, it can stretch players, it can stretch teams across the pitch and just make those spaces maybe for a midfield runner to get in between two centre-halves. And you've seen it yesterday in the Manchester derby, Pogba getting in there between the two centre-halves as a late runner. So that's the types of things that we're trying to do in terms of stretching opposition across the pitch.
Here come Russia though. The attack breaks down and Sam Kerr can bring it away, but that's a good challenge. Chester Never wins it back. And the ball was just run out there. A little bit of frustration by Gurpatkina, number 10. Scotland always looking keen to play the ball out from the back as well, which is good to see. Here comes McAloney, probing forward. Davidson. Kerr tried to spread the ball out wide there, but it was cut out by Dubova, the Russian captain. Decent day down here at Ainslie Park as well, it's staying dry for the moment. Certainly a lot warmer than it is in Oriam anyway, I can tell you that. It's a free kick to Scotland. Oh, actually, it's a throw-in. Ball just crept out there, so. Kerr just caught in possession again. And Russia can come forward now. Kerr picks the ball forward. Jamie Lee Napier manages to bring the ball under control, and Scotland can build an attack down this right hand side now. Ball's cut back towards McGregor, takes the shot, it's just over the bar. Decent effort by McGregor, again good play by Jamie Lee Napier up front, and that was quite close there from McGregor.
Yeah, she's also had a good tournament in terms of supporting the play and her energy in every game. She's worked it well here, a good first touch to set her up onto her left foot, and she's just unfortunate not to hit the target. Ball just about gets the goalkeeper there. The Russians not looking too secure at the back so far. Napier, I think if she continues, might get a little bit of change out of them. Long ball through the middle, Notley's underneath it. She doesn't quite deal with it. The Russians are in a dangerous position here. Kerr just about does enough. But Russia can come again, that's a good ball out wide. Squared into the middle and cleared away by Kerr. Napier again causing problems. Davidson picks up the loose ball. Dubova. The Russians are forced all the way back again. Another loose ball from the Russians, and that's a free kick as well on McAloney. Chester Never giving away the free kick. It's been a pretty scrappy opening 10-12 minutes, and I think that Scotland just need to settle down a little bit. Sam Kerr, she's getting on the ball in the middle of the park, but she's giving it away a couple of times, so she just needs to be more secure in her possession and try and keep the ball for Scotland.
Notley brings it forward, plays the long ball, but it was lacking in direction, and Russia can break now. Kurpak Kina makes her way to the byline, and that looks like a free kick. Yes, Notley just caught her a bit late there, mistimed her challenge, and the Russians have a free kick in a pretty decent position here. A couple of times this week we've seen, Leanne, that Scotland have struggled maybe a bit from set pieces. Not the tallest team, Scotland.
No, they're not the tallest, but they've been battling in open play and at set plays, and I think that hopefully that should be enough for them to clear the ball. Just need to make sure that they're picking up the runners.
It's Dubova over the free kick, the Russian captain. She'll take it right-footed. Into the 6-yard box there, but it was a good header out. Scotland can pick up the ball with Notley, who clears, and that's a long ball through for Napier, and she's given chase, but it's going to go through to the goalkeeper. The Raiders' touch just lets her down there. But Scotland have the ball again with Muir, way to Newsham. The ball's gone out to play again. You're right, Leanne, it's fairly scrappy at this moment. That one chance for Scotland so far through McGregor.
I think over the course of the 3 games, I've been quite impressed with Scotland in terms of their defensive organisation and how hard they've worked out of possession. You can see that they're always battling to try and win the ball back. But in games like this, they just need to be more secure in their possession and work Russia a little bit harder when they have the ball.
Played it forward to Newsham there, but it's gone out for a Scotland throw. Jamie Lee Napier again. She's wiry, hard to get off the ball, and she plays a lovely ball out wide. Doran Barr tries to go forward, but it's gone out for a throw and across there. A few of the girls haven't made it onto the pitch. This may be a chance for Pauline to throw them in later on in the match, maybe. They haven't had a chance so far.
Yeah, of course, but obviously the most important thing is for the team to get a result today. I think in terms of building on what they've done so far in the group, that'll be their main aim, is to get the 3 points today. But of course Pauline will be looking to get players on the pitch if she can and give them that little bit of experience that they need at this level.
Jamie Lee Napier just fails to get in. She's played every minute of every game so far. It was also her 18th birthday during the week as well.
I think she'll be quite tired after the game today. She's been constantly on the run. Certainly for the first 2 games she worked very, very hard for the team.
It's difficult playing 3 very intense matches over a 6-day period, isn't it?
It is, and people think it might be easy, or it's just playing football, but in terms of having that time to recover afterwards, you don't get time to think about the game that's just finished. You're straight away thinking about the next one. But again, at this age, you would be thinking that the players will recover a little bit quicker than maybe us players that are a bit older these days. I know it certainly takes me longer to recover after 1 game, never mind playing 3 in 10 days now.
Well, it's something hopefully they'll be doing a lot of. The more major tournaments we qualify for, the better, of course. Unfortunately, it won't be this summer, but as hosts we do qualify automatically next year. It's Elena Karlampis for Russia. Ball played up the line. square back, and Notley has to turn the ball out. Russia coming into the game these past 5 minutes. Chester never. That's a ball easily gathered by Erin Clackers. He just caught in possession there. It's a free kick to the Russians. Slightly unlucky there, I thought. Miakova. The Russians tried to play it wide to Dubova, but again it's out for another throw in. Jamie Lee Napier again causing problems, and looks like she's going to win a corner here, and she's won a free kick instead. Russian defender was just holding on to her, and Scotland have a free kick in a fairly decent position. Good work by Jamie Lee Napier. Yeah,
again, her hard work in the wider areas. She's very tenacious. She's making sure that she's protecting the ball. She's won the team a free kick in a dangerous area.
And it'll be Amy Muir to take it. Charlotte Newsham just lurking behind her as well. Here comes the ball in. It's straight to the goalkeeper, but she likes to punch, and it's fallen for Hay, and it just scrapes the top of the bar. It's the closest that Scotland have come so far.
Yeah, the goalkeeper didn't look particularly comfortable with the ball coming in there. She wasn't under much pressure, and she chose to punch. It's fallen to Brogan on the edge of the box. She had a good touch, and again would be looking for it to get it on target there, but Scotland are getting closer.
And Russia are having to make a substitution. It's Elena Karlampis who's coming off. Presumably she's picked up an injury. Seems to be limping there. And it's number 15, Anna Ermoleva, that's coming on.
Just in that stoppage there, I can see Brogan Hay and Lauren Davidson, they've changed sides as well, so maybe looking to see if they can get any change out the full-backs on the opposite sides now.
So, early substitution for Russia. Here comes Jamie Lee Napier though, making her way down that right-hand side. So another free kick to Scotland. And again, another chance to maybe put this goalkeeper under pressure. Shannon McGregor winning the free kick. Again, it'll be Amy Muir to take this one. She's set piece specialist for Scotland. Takes all the corners and free kicks. What can Scotland make from this set piece? McGregor goes up with the header, but that's going to be an easy catch for the goalkeeper. Set piece is such an important part of the game, Leanne. It's very important to work on these when they come away with the national team, isn't it?
It certainly is, and I think Amy will be disappointed with her last couple of deliveries there, but I think that's kind of how the game's going at the minute in terms of the final ball into the box from open play and from set play. So we just need to settle down a little bit, get that bit of quality into our game, and see what we can progress from there.
It's a really good run there by Davidson. Ball's back with McGregor. Davidson turns again. She's been lively so far. Here's Sam Kerr. Newsham cuts inside, looks for Jamie Lee Napier. She was offside in any case, but Better play by Scotland again. That final ball just letting us down there.
I'd like to see us getting the ball out into the wider areas, out into Brogan Hayes' feet and Lauren Davidson. They're both very pacey. See what they can do against the fullbacks, isolate them in the wider areas and hopefully get a quality ball into the box.
Up goes Kerr again. She's always in the thick of it, Sam Kerr. Here's Dubova for Russia. Looks to find the run of Fetadova, but it was too close to the goalkeeper, and Scotland can recycle possession here. Not quite kept in. It is a throw to Scotland though. Just in the halfway line. Slack pass by Lauren Davidson, and Russia can bring it forward here. They've got a player over on this near side. Plays into the middle, but again that's an easy catch for Clackers. Just need to tighten up a little bit in the middle of the park in particular.
Yeah, again just a little bit sloppy in the middle of the park. Really need to make sure the pass is in there, because as you can see we've lost the ball and then Russia have gone in a quick counter. So they have got quality players in the team that can hurt Scotland, so we just need to make sure we've got secure possession.
Yeah, a lot of these players that Scotland have been facing this week have played Champions League football for their club side, so quite a high level so far. And same goes with Russia as well. Dubova, Victoria Dubova is down at the moment. Looks like she'll recover though. The Russians have the free kick on that far side. Skoda. Good chasing down by Jamie Lee Napier again. Just doesn't give the defenders a moment's peace. Fight it over. So a big year for Russian football with the World Cup coming up in the summer. Speaking of the World Cup, the women's A team lost on Thursday night to Switzerland. Disappointing defeat, Leanne, but a pretty spirited second half performance.
Yeah, I think it was a game that they were capable of winning, if I'm being honest. We knew Switzerland had quality players, but I think in the first half Scotland didn't play to their best, but the second half they came out, played much better, and in the end of the game had a couple of opportunities that could have tied it up. They could have come away with a point really easily.
And it's Poland up next at St Mirren Park. That's happening on Tuesday night, if you fancy heading along. But still remains 0-0 here at Ainslie Park between Scotland and Russia. Match day 3. Of course, we're live on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube as well. Keep your comments coming in. As Russia are on the attack here. Ball into the middle, but it's cleared away by McGregor. And Jamie Lee Napier can pick up that loose ball. She does well again. Ball breaks for Russia though, and it's out of play.
So tough shift up there for Jamie Lee. She's working really hard, but she's quite isolated. We need to get some players up a bit further up the pitch to support her, take a little bit of pressure off her.
Again starting the attack from the back into the feet of Napier. Now Davidson can bring it forward. Lays it wide. Ball's back to Amy Muir. Didn't quite get a shot away there, but it was a decent move from Scotland. And they've won another free kick through Shannon McGregor. Nice play from Scotland through the back though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's better. Keeping possession, being more secure on the ball, and they've managed to win themselves a free kick in another dangerous area. So let's hope Amy Muir can put a better quality ball into the box and we can get a chance.
She was well closed down there by the Russian defence. Here she is over the ball again.
One of them.
Goes short this time but gets it back. Tries to play it into the front post, but it's another poor delivery. Scotland can try and build an attack again through Napier. She doesn't give the ball away very often. Ball into the middle. Nearly attacked by Newsham there. Just bounced over her head and end, and Russia can come clear. Notley does enough there to get in front of Dubova, and she can get the ball clear. And Kerr knocks out at play. Just need to be careful of the Russians on the counter attack. So a couple of times they've caught us there. Half an hour gone here at Ainslie Park, still 0-0. Good interception by Davidson. Again, another slack pass. It's just not happening for Scotland at the moment. So Russia can attack. Dubova plays the ball into the middle. And it's still not cleared. Eventually, Brogan Hay can pick up on this. Quite a bit of possession, Scotland, but there's not been any real penetration so far. Brogan Hay wins the throw-in for Scotland. A decent possession. Napier, they're back to goal. Again, she does well. Notley can bring it forward for Scotland now. Try the shot from distance, but it's blocked again by Russia. And Newsham will have to tidy up at the back for the Scots. Jamie Lee Napier again. Wide to Hay. She's got Dorenbar overlapping, but Hay continues herself. She's still going through the middle. Still has the ball. Still has the ball, Hay. Oh, and it's over the bar. It was Lauren Davidson with the open goal there. The ball was slightly behind her. I'm being kind to her, but it was good work by Brogan Hay.
It's great work. That's what I was saying before about Brogan running at players. She's got really quick feet. The defenders can't commit themselves now that she's in the box. and she's worked a great opportunity, worked hard to keep the ball, and she's laid it on a plate for Lauren, and she'll be really disappointed not to get the opening goal there.
Yeah, that was a golden chance for Lauren Davison to put the Scots in front, but it's still 0-0. Another match that's happening over at Orium between Czech Republic and Italy. Czech Republic have taken the lead, so 1-0 to Czech Republic. As it stands, they will be going through as group winners and taking the place in the finals in Switzerland this summer. Still goalless here. Scotland definitely had the better of the chances, and Clackers hasn't had really anything to do so far. Still goalless though, as we hurtle towards half time. Good running again by Hay. She lost the ball but worked hard to stop the Russians attacking. McGregor tries to play the ball through, and Davison was the only player up there. He wasn't the best of balls, and Russia can come clear. Fetadova brings it forward for Russia into the feet of Dubova. Sanker under pressure, but she manages to clear. Jamie Napier again, just couldn't quite get in. She's done a powery running this week. Signed with Hibs from Celtic just at the start of this year. Hibs with a 100% record so far, and Glasgow City as well. Big match coming up in a couple of weeks' time.
Next Sunday we play each other in the league, so it's a game that I'm sure both teams will be looking forward to. Once we get our players back from the A squad and from the 19s this week, we'll be full steam ahead on preparing for that game next weekend. Here's
Napier. She runs into the box and is cleared away. Yeah, great rivalry between Glasgow City and Hibs over the past, what, decade or so now?
There has been, yeah. I think some fantastic games to watch for the spectators, and hopefully Sunday will be no different.
But from your point of view, obviously, you'll be hoping Glasgow City come out on top.
Of course.
Scotland with the ball. Newsham, who plays down at Manchester City. Davidson of Rangers. McGregor. There's Sam Kerr. Ten minutes left in this first half. We had a couple of stoppages earlier on. Dubova was down injured, and then Russia were forced into that substitution as well. So it might be a minute or two added on. How do you think Pauline will be feeling so far? Pauline Hamill, the Scotland coach.
Again, I think she'll be happy in terms of defensive organisation and the chances that Scotland have created, but she'll maybe be asking them for a little bit more quality on the ball, especially through the centre of the park, and then when we get chances in the box as well.
She had success with under-17s and then took over the under-19s last summer. And an old teammate of yours as well.
She is indeed. Pauline was in the national team when I came through, so she was a striker. So she'll definitely not be happy with the chances that Scotland have created and not hit the target, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely the best of chances for Scotland so far. Erin Clacker's yet to be tested in goals really for Scotland. Russia have shown not a lot going forward. closing down by Napier. She's giving the Russian defenders a bit of a torrid time this afternoon. Manilova, it was, that won the foul from her there though. Approaching half time. The weather's just about holding up for us here at Ainslie Park in Edinburgh. The rain's staying off for now. Be good if Scotland could get their noses in front just before the break. It was a strange game the other night against the Italians. After, obviously we took the lead after 13 seconds and then they ended up scoring with the final kick of the first half as well.
Yeah, and that's possibly the worst time to lose a goal. You know, as a coach, you're preparing to go in and give your team talk, and then everything changes when you lose a goal so late on in the half.
Hopefully Scotland can be on the other end of it this time. 6 minutes left in this first half, still 0-0 at Ainslie Park. Thank you very much for joining us over the course of the week. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage from Monday and Thursday night as well, and here today at Ainslie Park. Thank you for all your comments as well, your tweets. Some people watching matches from far-flung places in the world. Here's Hay down the right-hand side for Scotland. She chips into the middle, but there's nobody there. And it's an easy collection for the Russian goalkeeper. She restarts the play with a throw out to this near side. Brought forward for Scotland. Here's Amy Muir. She does well. She skips past the defender, plays the ball into the middle, and it could fall for Davidson here. Sam Kerr at the edge of the box, but it's a good challenge by the number 10. Kurpatkina managed to get her foot to the ball. Stop that attack. Lauren Davidson. A nice layoff there to Sam Kerr, but nothing happening for Scotland in terms of goals as we approach half time. Here's Napier again. She tries to spin the defender, but doesn't quite happen for her. And again, Sam Kerr a little bit careless in possession again. And again, Scotland give the ball away. As I mentioned, Russia have not been a threat at all really going forward, but there's still a few minutes left in this first half. Scotland need to keep it tight up until the break. That's good closing down by Lauren Davidson. She can close it down again, and the ball breaks for Jamie Lee Napier. Reinforcements coming through Kerr and McGregor. Here's Notley now. Again, a misplaced pass. The throw in is Scotland's. McAloney brings it forward. McGregor. Notley again. Tries to play the ball over the top, but that was a bit ambitious there, and the ball's gone out of play, and it's a throw into Russia down in the corner. Ellis Notley, Scotland captain for all 3 matches this week. Another one of the Hibs contingent.
This is where I'd like to see Scotland pressing a little bit higher, giving Russia quite a lot of respect and allowing them to play out from the back, but I think by pushing up higher, putting a bit more pressure on them, we could actually win the ball back in a more dangerous area.
Ball just drops over the head of Davidson there. Again, Russia can clear up the park. Dubova up front there. The Russians again pretty comfortable on the ball. Haven't really done anything of note going forward. Just that ball across the 6-yard box that caused a couple of problems for Scotland, but besides that, it's been fairly comfortable. There's Newsham tidying up at the back for Scotland. Cleared away by Notley into the feet of Davidson. Here's Sam Kerr. Into McGregor. She does well, and Scotland can try and spread the play down this right hand side. McEloney comes inside though. Knocks it wide to Hay. Inside the last minute of the first half now. Scotland probably consider themselves unfortunate not to be in front, and that was the first booking of the day there for Chester Never. McEloney over the free kick. Should be a perfect time to score. McGregor with the shot from distance, and it's just going to drift away. Looks like it's going to be 0-0 at half time, but Scotland have definitely had the better chances.
They have, but I think that they've got more to give. Some of the players out there are starting to look a little bit tired. I think they just need to make the ball do the work. To move it a little bit quicker through the midfield, try and get it out into the wider areas, and put a little bit more pressure on Russia in the wide areas.
Into the first half, stoppage time now. 1 minute to be added on. Did have that substitution and a couple other stoppages as well. Doran Barr gets underneath the ball and nods it out of play. Russian player just drifted offside, and that'll probably be the last action of the first half. There is the half-time whistle. So goalless here at Ainslie Park. Decent first half for Scotland, but as you say, Leanne, hopefully plenty more to come in the second.
Yeah, I think Scotland will be pleased in terms of the fact that they've created the opportunities and should be going in ahead. But as I said before, I do think they have more to give. But just by keeping the ball a little bit better, playing a little bit quicker, raising the tempo, I think they could cause Russia problems in the second half.
So goalless at half-time at Ainslie Park. Let's take a look at the highlights. Some of the key moments from that first half. No goals, obviously. A couple of chances for Scotland. This was McGregor with the shot. Decent effort from Shannon. And this was the punch out from the goalkeeper, and it was Brogan Hay just scraping the top of the bar. Again, close for Scotland. But this was probably the best chance of the lot. Again, Brogan Hay involved. On that right hand side, she switched across there midway through the first half, and she weaved past a couple of defenders, and the ball eventually fell for Lauren Davidson, but she scooped it over the bar, and that was definitely the chance of the half for Scotland. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second half, but before we do that, ahead of the Scotland Women National Team's World Cup qualifier against Poland at Paisley 2021 Stadium on Tuesday, we're going to show you how they got on in our 5-second challenge. Can they do any better than the women's under-19s or the men's A team? We'll find out in a minute.
What other things can you do on Snapchat? That wasn't time!
I was thinking a remote control car.
Name 3 things you push.
Door. Ooh. Oh. This time. Oh my. Door. Your granny.
Sorry.
Name 3 animals that walk on 2 legs.
A meerkat, a monkey, and a swan.
Yes!
Yes, did we get it?
Oh.
Bully.
It's disgusting. Cheats.
I'm not happy with that, are you?
Name 3 things you do on Snapchat.
Take a picture, send a video, do...
Sorry, that's time.
Oh.
What other things can you do on Snapchat?
A filter. Aye.
Name 3 things that need batteries.
A remote control.
Time.
Chloe! That's so easy!
I know.
Think of all your Christmas presents.
I was thinking a remote control car and I couldn't get it out.
Name 3 things you don't want chasing you. A bear, Chloe, crocodile.
Time!
No,
Sorry. That's 7 seconds.
No, that's because you
You got 3 answers, but sorry.
Thank you. Congrats.
Congrats. Right, name 3 things you do with your thumbs.
Text, put your thumbs up, and play heads down, thumbs up.
Yes, Claire!
No way. Name 3 things that make you laugh.
Emma Mitchell, funny movies, and a good joke.
Yes, funny movies.
Funny. Name 3 things you put around your neck.
A scarf, headphones, and...
Time.
Oh my god, a necklace!
Oh, it's actually hard to
No,
think.
excuse me, no clues, please.
Oh, no. Name 3 things you shake.
Protein shake, coffee, and a water bottle.
You shake coffee?
You shake coffee. I don't think you do.
I don't think anyone shakes coffee.
I don't shake my coffee.
If you shake your coffee, you go everywhere. Anyone drink coffee?
I thought you were going to say
that
maracas or
doesn't.
something
I'm not
like that.
counting that.
Maracas?
Name 3 foods with a hole in it.
A donut, a bagel, and cheese.
Yes! You're really good at this.
I'm terrible. I cannot believe how bad I am at this. Name 3 things you need a key for.
A door.
Sorry, time.
Lead.
That was easy.
A key! A car padlock.
Like a padlock.
It's easy when you're not doing it though.
Yeah, no. Name 3 things you shouldn't touch.
An oven.
Don't touch an oven.
What else would you touch?
Like, don't touch fire. Like,
A
don't
sharp
touch.
knife?
I'm not getting much encouragement from you.
Like.
Name 3 things you trim. Your hair, your toenails, the grass.
Oh, excellent!
Yeah! I got one.
Name 3 excuses for being late.
My dog ate my homework, there was bad traffic, and I lost my shoes.
You're obviously late very often.
That was a bit too fast.
3 things that you can break.
Your finger, your toe, and your teeth.
Oh, nailed it.
Aye, that's me.
In your heart.
Your heart. Oh. I'm getting a wee bit sad.
Name 3 things that are not quick.
Corsey, Lee, and Michael.
No, she pointed. That
No.
doesn't count.
I said Michael at Corsey, Lee, Michael.
No, the first one Claire was
I
pointing.
could have said
Who did you point
anyone
at?
here.
both of us?
I was just stretching my fingers.
Surely not. Name 3 things that are sticky. Glue, toffee, chewing gum. Excellent.
Look who started to play.
Think about this one. Name 3 things that come in pairs.
Soda and lime.
Yeah.
Beans and toast. Salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Easy.
Name 3 things you know I can't do.
Play football. Head the ball.
Time!
That wasn't time! That was not time! You called it out! That was not time! You called on 4.
No, I pressed stop.
You called on 4. I don't care about time. You say I can't play football. Thanks. Know your teammates. Have you...
I need to read it.
Do you want to look? Do you want to just look? Because we'll just let you. Here we go. Just like good. Here we go.
Stop
it!
Right, come on.
I want to play
Right,
properly.
game face.
I
Come
want
on.
it.
Ready?
Yes.
Oh, come on, you. Name 3 things. This is a good one.
Oh no.
Name 3 things that are blue.
Right, Rangers, a scarf and a hat.
Wait, but I will take it.
Welcome back to Ainslie Park for this elite round with Under-19s European Championship qualifier. It's Scotland 0, Russia 0 at the break. Just waiting on the teams coming back out. Hope you enjoyed that 5-second challenge there. A few comments on it, Leanne.
Can't believe that Claire Ainslie and Chloe Arthur have beaten Lee Alexander and Rachel Corsie. They're supposed to be the brains of the operation.
Yeah, well, You can check out all those videos, by the way. They are on Scotland National Team Facebook and Twitter as well. You keep up to date with everything that's happening across all age groups, both men and women's. And just a reminder that there's that crucial World Cup qualifier against Poland in Paisley on Tuesday night. If you fancy going along, it's £5 for adults, £2 for kids, and you can pay at the gate or you can get your tickets in advance from the St Mirren box office. Crucial game for Shelley's team on Tuesday.
Certainly is. Poland dropped some points against Albania in the week, so Scotland will be looking to take advantage of that and get more points on the board and get further ahead, and then hopefully it'll all come down to playing the home game against Switzerland.
It was obviously a fantastic experience to go to the Euros last summer, but once you go once, it gives you a wee taste for more, doesn't it?
That's it. I think we experienced it, and it was obviously something that was amazing. The first time to go and do it as a team, and that has to be the benchmark now. We want to be qualifying for major tournaments, and it's the same for the Under-19s as well. They've obviously done a great job to get themselves to this level, and they've done well this week. Competed really hard in the first 2 games, and they'll be hungry for more next year when it comes along again.
Yeah, but it's going to be hosted here in Scotland next summer, Under-19s Championship, and the World Cup in France next year. But it's match day 3 that we're talking about today, and it is 0-0 at the break. Teams just coming back out onto the pitch. We'll let you know if there's been any changes to the lineups. Jamie Lee Napier, definitely one of the standout performers of the tournament so far. I think unfortunately the goal against Czech Republic did go down as an own goal, which I thought was a bit harsh, but we'll give it to her anyway.
Yeah, I think she deserved that goal just purely for her work rate in that game.
Shannon McGregor, again, one of the other top performers for Scotland. A lot of the play goes through McGregor and Kerr in the middle of the park. It's been a scrappy opening 45 minutes though. Referee just in conversation with a couple of the Russian players there, and we're just about ready to start the second half as we conclude the qualifying for the Summer's Championships in Switzerland. Scotland won't be there, but it would be nice to end the week with a win. Russia suffering 2 heavy defeats so far, 7-0 and 7-1 against the Czechs and the Italians. So they've got a wee bit to play for as well, bit of pride. It'll be the captain Dubova to kick off the second half. And it looks like there might be one change being made at half time for Russia. Looks like Elena Rosina coming on, and she's going to be placed, well, she'll be replacing Elena Shesterneva, who was booked in the first half. So Rosina on, Shesterneva off for Russia. They've made 2 subs so far, no changes for Scotland, and we're underway in the second half. It's turned by Hay, and it's chipped forward from McGregor to get onto. She plays the ball into the middle. Napier can bring that under control, but she just straight offside. If there's one thing I would say about Jamie Lee Napier, she does get caught offside quite a few times.
Because she never stops running.
That's exactly it. She lops her socks off. But it's a free kick to Russia now. Napier again. Hey. Looks for the run of Newsham. She tries to knock it forward, but she does win the throw in. Napier's going to take it into her feet. She does this so well, and then the commentator's curse comes in and shows us the ball. But it is back with Scotland now, with Doran Barr. Davidson back out on this right hand side. Looks for Amy Muir. But Napier's managed to get on the end of the ball and square it. And that was Hay coming in just by the penalty spot. That's what you get from Jamie Lee Napier. It looked like a lost cause there, but she did well coming across and maybe setting up the chance there for Scotland.
Yeah, and Brogan Hayes done well to come in off the left hand side as well, get herself into the box. Just unfortunate not to get on the end of that good play from Jamie Lee Napier.
Scotland started brightly. The second half still goalless though.
Yeah, it looks like Scotland are pushing a little bit higher, like I said in the first half. I'd like to see them doing, pushing higher, putting more pressure on the back four of Russia.
Here's the substitute for Russia. It was Elena Ruzina. Living dangerously here a little bit, the Russians. Eventually it's cleared away by the goalkeeper, but McGregor nods it back in. It's good pressure by Scotland. Amy Muir nipping in. And the referee just gets caught up and it's broken kindly for Scotland with Amy Muir now. Looks for the run of Doran Barr. That's going to just slip out of the pitch though. Just need to be a little bit more careful with her passing, Amy Muir. Appeals for handball. Looks like it's just going to be a throw-in for Scotland, and Doran Barr will take it. Thrown down the line, cut out by Skoda. Maloney into the feet of Kerr, back to Notley. Amy Muir tries to bring it under control after that. Ball forward by Notley, and she wins the ball back, plays it wide for Newsham, who's making the run down that left-hand side. She cuts inside. She does well to get the ball across. It's only half cleared by Russia though. And here's Davidson now. Now Kerr. She just gets crowded out. And Russia can clear, but Scotland definitely putting a lot of pressure on Russia at the start of this second half. Still 0-0 here at Ainslie Park. Over at Orium has been an equaliser for the Italians, so it's 1-1 between the Czech Republic and Italy, and that effectively group decider. It's a shootout to see who qualifies. Italy were just ahead on goal difference, and if results say the same, then the Italians will be heading to Switzerland in the summer. Hopefully Scotland can end the campaign on a high here. Amy Muir. Now Sam Kerr. Ellis Notley. Michaela McAloney brings it forward. Plays it into the feet of Napier. This is better possession from Scotland. Here's Davidson. Davidson having the best chance of the match so far. Missing that sitter really. just before half-time. She does well there though, and so does Shannon McGregor, and she's into the box, squares it, and it's a good save by Stananova. She got down quickly to her left-hand side, but that was a decent effort from Shannon McGregor.
Yeah, much better from Scotland, but I think Shannon's maybe gone for the shot where she could have cut the ball back. She had a supporting player in the box, but she's got every right to take that shot on there.
Goalkeeper got down well. As you say, it was probably just too tight an angle. Should have got a shot on target though. And that looks like a Scotland ball. Yeah, that was definitely a Scotland ball, so wrong decision there from the assistant referee. McAloney does well, turns and brings the ball forward, but that's a poor pass. And there's been another goal in the game at Oriam, and it's the Italians that have taken the lead, 2-1 against the Czech Republic. So as it stands, Italy will be heading to the Summers finals in Switzerland, just like they did the other day. The Italians came out in the second half and scored a few against Scotland. And it looks like they're doing the same to the Czechs today. I think, having seen all four teams now, I think it would probably be fair to say that the Italians are probably the strongest outfit out of the four.
Yeah, watching the game against Scotland the other night, I thought Italy were really good in terms of possessing the ball. They created great chances and they took the chances when they came along. So for me, they looked the stronger out of the two. But it certainly looks as if it's a good competitive game at Oriam today.
Bonfantini scoring a couple of times for Italy during the week. One of the standout players. Speaking of which, that was Shannon McGregor there with the ball in the box. But the Russians do well to bring it clear. Dubova's chasing this, and Clackers has come a long way, but McAloney has dealt with it well. That's good defending there by Michaela McAloney. And she plays the ball forward for Jamie Lee Napier. And Scotland have won back possession. Still Napier. Davidson now plays the ball into middle. Amy Muir with a chance, and it's a great save by the keeper, but it's still not finished yet. It could fall. Oh, it's another great save. Two great stops by the Russian keeper, Stanavova. But that was two glorious chances for Scotland as well.
Unbelievable from the goalkeeper. I don't know how she's managed to save the second one, but she's kept her team in the game. Some great play from Scotland though, coming in from the wider areas. So unfortunate not to take the lead.
Yeah, good work by Napier and Davidson, and a nice touch from Amy Muir. She thought she'd scored there, but the ball wasn't free yet, and it fell back to Brogan Hay, and it was a fantastic save by the Russian keeper to keep the scoreline goalless. But here comes the corner, good ball in from Amy Muir. She punches away the goalkeeper. Another chance for Muir to deliver. Right towards the edge of the box, here's Davidson. Back to Napier. Ball into the box, here's McGregor at the back post. If she can get under control, she just about does. Here's Newsham. Does well, skips past the defender. Plays the ball into the middle. Here's Davidson. Napier just about gets to the edge of the box, but good defending by the Russians. And now they can break. Stopped in the tracks by Charlotte Newsham though. Here's Sam Kerr. Free kick given against Kerr. Definitely a better opening period, this 10 minutes in the second half, than probably anything that came before in the first half.
Yeah, I think it's clear to see that they've spoken about defending higher up the pitch as a team, pushing on, trying to win the ball up in the higher areas, and it's certainly helping to create better opportunities in the attacking third.
Free kick to Russia, Dubova, the captain will take it. Ball into the middle, cleared away by McAloney. She's had a solid match at the back Dubova plays the ball into the middle. It's a dangerous ball in. And it was Kurpakina got her head to it. Really the first decent bit of play that the Russians have had so far this match.
Yeah, it's a decent ball into the box and she's attacked it well. But luckily we've had pressure there just to put her off a little bit and make sure she never got her header on target.
Just a little warning shot there from Scotland. Davidson. And Notley wide to Yusham. Napier again, holding the ball up well. She is good with her back to goal. There she is again. Doran Bart. Just shanks her across there. And it's out for a goal kick to the Russians. Just got a little bit scrappy in the last couple of minutes. Russia are into the box now. It was a good ball in. It was a test for Erin Clackers, but she did well. Under pressure there from Dubova, the captain. Davidson. Loses possession. Decent ball over to that far side. The Russians are coming forward now. Good hassling by Shannon McGregor. Free kick though. Not be too much hassle. And Russia can get some bodies in the box to cause Scotland a few problems. That'll be Dubova to take. High ball into the middle. Kupakina won the header, but it was straight to the goalkeeper. It's a chance for Napier now. Another free kick given against the Scots. Amy Muir does well. Robs the Russian the possession, takes the shot, and it might fall for Napier here, but it's going to go out for a corner. Good play from Amy Muir again, winning the ball in the middle of the park.
She's been nice and positive there. As soon as she's won it, she's looked to get on the attack, driving forward. And she's had a shot and earned her team a corner.
It'll be Muir to take. Ball into the middle. Davidson was up there, but cleared away. Jamie Lee Napier will pick up the loose ball. There's Notley. Switches the play to Doran Barr. Looks for the run of Brogan Haynes. She just about gets there. The keeper came out. There was a clash there. It looked like a sore one. Hayes up and about though. Goalkeeper not so much. The goalkeeper needed a little bit of attention here, but it was good running by Brogan Hay again.
Yeah, that's better play from Scotland, looking to get the ball in behind this time. See, she's got time on the ball and she's picked out the run for Brogan Hay.
It's good brave goalkeeping she's injured herself in the process. She looks like she's in a bit of pain. Russians have made 2 subs already. We need to see if Stanovova can continue. She's up on her feet anyway. Still seems to be in a little bit of pain though. Just over an hour gone here at Ainslie Park, still goalless. It's 2-1 to Italy in the other game in this group. Hopefully we start with a free kick, and the referee wasn't quite happy with the position of the free kick, so it'll be taken again. No ill effects for the goalkeeper after that challenge. She looks to be fine. Can Scotland grab a goal and end this qualifying campaign on a high? After a bright start of the second half, Russia have come into it a little bit more these last 5 minutes. Keeping possession a little bit better. How long do you think before Pauline Harrow will think about changing it up maybe a little bit?
I think she could very well be thinking about that at this minute in time. Obviously had 2 games already for a lot of the players. There'll be tired legs out there, and somebody coming on with fresh legs might just be that spark that Scotland need to create the opportunities.
Yeah, it's been a long week for the Russians as well after those 2 heavy defeats.
Yeah, I can imagine they would have done a lot of running in their first 2 games as well, and they've already made those 2 substitutions, so Scotland have got a slight advantage that they've still got substitutions in the bag.
Kearney came on another day against Italy. Alice Dalglish, she started the first 2 matches, same with Leah Eddy. Ellie Kane came on as well. And Caitlin Russell, she had a cameo appearance really at the end of the Czech Republic game. So plenty of options on the bench for Pauline Harrow to think about, because it is still goalless here. 26 minutes to go. It's flicked on. Scotland win the throw in on the near side. McAloney into the feet of McGregor, but she's careless in possession, and she caught Kurpakina a bit late there, and that's going to be a booking. It's the second of the match. Don't think there was any malice in the challenge, but just a little bit late. Sore one. Again, she's in quite a bit of pain there by the looks of it. Looks like there'll be a pretty long stoppage here. Thank you for joining us on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, however you're watching the coverage today. We've enjoyed all your comments coming in over the past couple of games as well, and today. We'll have more live action coming up at the end of the month. It's the Youth Cup final. It's live at Hampden Park. That's happening, as I say, on Thursday the 26th of April. You can head along to that one, or you can catch it online on Twitter, Facebook and also YouTube. Pauline just having an impromptu team talk, and Russians looks like though we'll have to make another sub. Veronica Kurpakina, she's struggling after that challenge from Shannon McGregor. She's hobbling off at the moment. So quite a lengthy stoppage there. And it'll be added on at the end of the match. So Russians temporarily down to 10 men. They play the ball forward. Nothing comes of the free kick though. And we're into the last quarter of the match. Still goalless here at Ainslie Park. Tremendous double save from the Russian goalkeeper, from Amy Muir and Brogan Hay. The highlights of the second period. Hay tries to keep possession of the ball but ends up giving it away. Strong running though. McAloney. Kurpakina comes back on for the Russians. She's still hobbling a bit, but probably able to run it off. McAloney forced to go back to heading clackers and goals. And Notley. There's a long ball forward, but that's going to drift out of play. Seems that stoppage has broken any rhythm that there was in the game.
Scotland just need to get their foot back on the ball, try and keep possession, keep working the Russians side to side, and I think that they will create opportunities as the game goes on, but it's starting to get a little bit bitty in midfield now for both teams.
Here's Dubova. Looks to flick the ball through. Didn't quite come off for her though. Brogan Hay does well. Steals the ball but then runs it out of play. That looks like sub for Scotland. Looks like Caitlin Russell will be coming on. Motherwell player. Just coming back from a serious injury as well. So good to see her back. Amy Muir tries to bring the ball forward and it's a good challenge. And we'll get that substitution now. So it's Lauren Davidson coming off for Caitlin Russell. Davidson came on as a sub the other day. And Russell will head up top. Will that bring about a change of shape maybe, Leanne?
I'm not sure. I think Caitlin will maybe push up through the middle and Jamie Lee Napier might go into the wider area.
We'll see what's what in just a few seconds. Here is Napier on the ball. Ball's blocked into the middle though. It's out for another throw into Scotland. 20 minutes left. Still 0-0. Here's Napier causing problems again. Ball might fall for Napier and it's off the bar. Don't know if the keeper got a touch on that there. Tipped onto the bar, but again that just came from Jamie Lee Napier. Chasing a lost cause really. She did really well and got her shot away. But the Russians can break. Not very effectively though. There's Doran Barr. She wins the free kick. This is better from Scotland. Jamie Lee Napier with that shot there. She did really well here, didn't she?
Yeah, she's managed to work something out of nothing and just unlucky to hit the bar. Don't know if the keeper has got a touch on it or not.
Another chance for Scotland. Second time we've hit the bar today. It was Brogan Hay with a shot in the first half that hit the bar. Here is Hay. Keeps the ball. She wins the free kick, does well. Scotland changing it up here. Hay over the free kick. It's a decent ball in. Sam Kerr's there. She made a good connection on it, but the goalkeeper again was over quickly. McGregor. Just another look at that chance there for Sam Kerr. Doran Barr. Scotland again win the throw in. Amy Muir. Thrown down the line towards Russell. She brings it in. And it's out for another throw. Down in the corner. And it'll be Doran Barr to take the throw in. The Scotland look for this goal. Muir back to Napier. Muir had just strayed into an offside position there, so left the ball. Into the feet of Jamie Lee Napier, but her first touch lets her down and she gives away the free kick. A little bit of frustration there. She's worked hard over the course of the week. Just the one goal to show for it so far. She came close earlier on. Was denied by the goalkeeper. There's that chance again. Just off the bar. And the goal is still not there for Scotland. 0-0. Just heading into the last 15-16 minutes now here at Ainslie Park.
Captain, to me.
It's a free kick to Russia, which Dubova will take. Launched into the middle. Scotland can come clear with McGregor. McGregor to watch there, she is in a booking. Notley plays the ball out to Hay. The ball just drifted out of play. Scotland definitely have had the better chances today, but nothing to show for it so far. McGregor in the middle for Scotland. And she's given away another free kick. They tried to clear it, but ended up missing it. It worked out better for Scotland because it went right through to Clackers, and she can clear upfield. Muir looks over the top for Hay, but it's cleared away. And Notley has to come across and lay it back to Clackers, who clears for Hay now. Looking for Russell. It's a handball against Kirkpatrick. Notley launches it forward towards Russell, but is caught out. So 0-0 between Scotland and Russia here, and there's been an equaliser for the Czech Republic at Orium, so it's Italy 2, Czech Republic 2. Still, Czech Republic need that goal if they want to go through. That is the decider for who's going to qualify for the finals this summer in Switzerland. So they're all level, just as they are here at Ainslie Park. Doran Barr keeps the ball in, she does well. Plays the ball into the middle. Sam Kerr picks up the loose. Tries to thread it through for McGregor there, but again it's a slack pass and the Russians can bring it forward through Abramenko. She gives the ball away though. And Notley looks over the top for Jamie Lee Napier. She's onside. And she wins the throw-in down in the corner. Good challenge by the Russian defender, Margarita Manilova. Good closing down from Scotland. Approaching the last 10 minutes now. Still goalless. Looks like there's maybe a bit of activity on the Scotland bench. We'll let you know when that comes to fruition. Caitlin Russell closes down the clearance. Shannon McGregor picks up the loose ball. Lucian just stopped from taking the throw in there by Kurpatkina. She seems to have fully recovered from that knock she took earlier. Here's Russell, does well, skips past a couple of defenders, tries to play it long over the top for Amy Muir, but just drift out of play. It's just not happening for Scotland at the moment, is it?
It's not. We seem to have lost a little bit of momentum that we had from the start of the second half. We seem to be going a little bit longer with our passes now. We need to get back to keeping the ball in midfield.
Scotland definitely have had the better chances in this match though, but nothing to show for it. Here's McGregor. Hay loops the ball over the top, looks for the run of Kerr. That's going to go out for a corner kick to Scotland.
It's a couple of times now Sam Kerr's tried to make those diagonal runs from midfield out into the wider areas. Don't know if that's something that Pauline's got on from the side or if she's taken that upon herself, but that could be a way of getting the ball into the wider areas for us and getting quality balls into the box.
Amy Muir to take the corner. And that's straight to the goalkeeper. Good take. Too close to the Russian keeper there.
Russian goalkeeper certainly looks to have developed in confidence over the game. She looked a bit shaky when the ball came in the box in the first half, punching things, but she certainly had a few great saves and looked nice and confident there, coming taking the pressure off her team at the set play.
Yeah, she's the reason the scoreline is still goalless. You mentioned there a few decent saves. Inside the last 10 minutes now. And here's Hay with the shot, and that's sailed over the crossbar. Another chance goes a begging for Scotland. It's a difficult angle. And it was always going to be off target there. So what lessons can Pauline take from this in terms of looking at our squad and our players? And as we mentioned, it is a young Scotland team. So what can they take from this tournament? Obviously, because we're not going to qualify. What positives can we take?
I think the fact that they've matched two great teams in Czech Republic and Italy for so long in the games when we came up against them. There's huge positives to take from that. We were defensively sound for long spells of the game. We caused them problems, but we were in possession. And I think that Pauline will be really happy with individual performances and team performances as a whole. And as you say, they're quite a young squad, so we've got time to keep this squad together and build towards the next European Championships.
Yep, we won't be in Switzerland in the summer, but we'll definitely be here next summer when the Under-19s Championships are hosted here in Scotland. As I mentioned, there will be details released of the venues and all the details of that in the coming months. And here comes Scotland again, but again just losing the ball, but Napier does well to win it back. Still fully running. Here's Newsham, and she wins the corner for Scotland.
Positive play again there from Jamie Lee Napier. She's still running. 82nd minute into the third game. Unbelievable.
There's a lot of tired legs out there. A goal now would be ideal for Scotland. Again, it's Amy Muir standing over the corner. She takes it, in swinging. Up goes Kerr and McGregor. Russians can't get it clear though, and it's back with Scotland. Here's Newsham. Back to Kerr. Now McAloney. Good strong running there. Just doesn't fall for Newsham. And that's a tired clearance by Skoda. As you mentioned, the Russians have done a lot of running this week as well, and it's the final sub for Scotland. Off goes Lauren Doran Barr. She picked up a booking just a couple of minutes ago. And on comes Chloe Gover, making her first appearance this week. She's got 6 minutes to make an impact, plus stoppage time. There might be quite a bit of stoppage time. We had a couple of injuries in that half there. So still probably about 10 minutes for Scotland to find this goal. Put the Russians under a bit of pressure. Long ball to Hay on that far side. She brings it down well and then skips inside, but she's stopped in her tracks. Here's Sam Kerr. Does well, dummies, and then takes the shot, and it's just over the bar. Good play by Sam Kerr. She stepped onto the loose ball, dummied, and then hits the shot, but again it was always rising over the bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you can see she's disappointed not to get it on target, but she's worked really hard in there to work an opportunity for herself, dropped her shoulder and just got it onto her stronger right foot. But she should really be hitting the target from there, making the goalkeeper work.
5 minutes for Scotland to find this goal. The Russians will have something to say about that. Here's Newsham. She gives the ball to Hay, and Hay can bring it forward now. Kerr. Scotland need to move the ball a little bit quicker. Here's Muir. Russians are now back in shape. It was a chance to counter a bit there, but didn't really happen. Russell picks up the loose ball but gives it away. Sam Kerr closing down Gurpat Kina in the midfield, but she still has the ball. The Russians knock it over the top. And Notley makes a hash of that clearance, and it's out for a corner. So dangerous position and dangerous time for Scotland. 4 minutes left and the Russians have a corner. Again, it'll be Dubova to take. Ball comes into the middle towards the back post. Again, high. Might fall for the Russians here, but it's cleared away eventually by Scotland. Dubova plays it into the middle. Govert gets her foot in there, but it's still not cleared from Scotland. This is a dangerous attack by the Russians, and I think she was looking for a penalty there. It was the substitute Rosina who was right through. Scotland living dangerously there. I'll ask you for the player of the match in just a minute or two, Leanne, so if you want to have a little think about that. As Scotland continue to come forward with Caitlin Russell, she pokes it into the middle. It's out for the corner. So your player of the match, Leanne.
I'm going to go for Jamie Lee Napier again. I gave her the player of the match the game on Monday, and I think she's worked fantastically well again. Everything positive that's came for Scotland today has came through her work rate, her running, and she's just been unfortunate not to get a goal.
Muir plays the ball in. And Napier's out the edge of the box. The player of the match as we approach the 90-minute mark. Still goalless.
Another good performances out there as well. Shannon McGregor's worked really hard, created good opportunities for herself and the team. Michaela McAloney as well. I think she's been solid at the back for Scotland and used the ball well when we've been in possession. But I think Jamie Lee's work rate up there is just taking her head and shoulders above the rest of the team today again.
Dubova with the ball for Russia. Both teams certainly tiring a little bit. Napier does well though. One player who doesn't ever seem to get tired, it appears. Here's Caitlin Russell. Brings it inside for Scotland. Russia can clear again. They're happy to play it through the middle, and it's McAloney up against Dubova. And they were both tangling with one another.
She's done really well there, just out-muscled her.
Some loose passes from Scotland though. Both teams looking a bit stretched at times.
Yeah, looks like there's some extremely tired legs out there.
It's Dubova through the middle again. McAloney, she shows her strength and she does well and wins the free kick. Dubova just collapses on the floor there. And McAloney, she's put in a hell of a shift today as well. Towards Napier. Approaching injury time. And it's still goalless here at Ainslie Park. As it stands, Scotland would finish third in the group with their superior goal difference, but it'd be nice to get 3 points on the board. Here's Sam Kerr. Amy Muir, 3 minutes to be added on. Muir does well. She skips past the defender. Looks like it might have been a foul there, but the referee disagrees, and it'll be a goal kick to the Russians. 2.5 minutes left. And there'll be no rush to take this, especially after the thumpings that they took to Czech Republic and Italy. She'll be pleased with her clean sheet. Certainly one of the, I would say, Russia's best player. Kept them in the match. A couple of minutes left though for Scotland to maybe try and force a winner here. Rogan Hay. Nice turn, she does well. She's got the run of McGregor out wide if she can find her. Scotland are forced to go all the way back. McAloney, she's close down by Dubova, but she does well. She's had a really good match. Plays the ball out wide to Amy Muir. Tries to reach the touchline. Sam Kerr will come across, but she's under pressure from Dubova. Another ball down the line. Into the last 90 seconds now for Scotland. Not much movement. Here's Sam Kerr. Back to Muir, but the ball's gone out to play. Into the final minute now of stoppage time. Just a reminder that it's the Women's A match World Cup qualifier against Poland on Tuesday night at the Paisley 2021 Stadium. Into the last 30 seconds now. Looks like it's going to be a goalless draw. As you say, Leanne, there are a lot of tired legs out there. There's been a lot of effort going in this week.
There has been. You can see that the game's got a little bit scrappy towards the end here. But there's still some players out there that are running. Jamie Lee Napier, one of them. Sam Kerr working hard as well in there.
That is stoppage time done. Referee brings the match to a conclusion, and it ends goalless here between Scotland and Russia here at Ainslie Park. Both teams tired badly in the last 15-20 minutes or so, but Scotland definitely had the best of the chances.
They did. The goalkeepers had two fantastic saves to keep it at 0-0. But overall, I think Scotland will be disappointed that they've not taken the 3 points from the match, especially in the first part of the second half. They were controlling the game, creating much better opportunities in the first. And you can see that they're a little bit disappointed coming off there, but worked so hard again today.
So it's 2 defeats and a draw for Scotland in this elite round qualification process. Scotland finished third in the group. We will keep you updated with the Italy-Czech Republic game. I believe they're still playing at Oriam there. We'll also take a spin through some of the highlights of this match as well. Scotland creating a number of chances. And really, if it wasn't for the Russian goalkeeper, we'd be talking about a Scottish victory today. But in the end, it was 0-0. Let's take a look at the highlights from this match at Ainslie Park this afternoon. This was definitely the most glaring chance of the match, wasn't it, Leanne?
It was. Brogan Hayes done really well here, committing the defenders in the box. Quick feet to work an opportunity. She's fighting away and really giving Lauren Davidson a tap in there, and she's so disappointed with herself that she's not hit the target.
Yeah, that was definitely the chance of the match. This was in the second half. Early on, it was Shannon McGregor with a shot low to the goalkeeper's left-hand side. That was one of a number of good saves that the Russian goalkeeper made. Yeah,
she's had a fantastic second half, the goalkeeper.
Again, this was another chance. This was Amy Muir this time. Her shot was saved. She did well. She played it back in the middle. And then it was Brogan Hay. Another fantastic save by the goalkeeper. She tipped onto the bar. And it was goalless. The Russians forayed forward a couple of times. That was probably the closest they came. And this was Jamie Lee Napier, the player of the match. Again, hitting the bar.
Just creating opportunities for herself out of nothing there. Just through her work great.
Sam Kerr went close late on. But it wasn't to be for Scotland. It did finish 0-0. The players just in a huddle there. What will Pauline be saying to the players at this moment in time?
I think the biggest thing that they can take out of the 3 games is the fact that they've competed against two quality teams, especially in the Czech Republic and Italy. And I think that she'll know that they were a young squad going into this, and that's all that they've been looking to do, is gain experience and build on things for the future. But you can see the girls are disappointed, but they've got nothing to be disappointed about. They should be proud of their efforts. The crowd that were here today, really appreciative of their efforts, and I think they've done really, really well throughout the 3 games here.
Yep, so it finishes 0-0. And the game at Oriam has now finished as well, and I can tell you that it finished Czech Republic 2, Italy 2. So that means Italy will be qualifying for the finals in the summer. Congratulations to them, they're off to Switzerland. Czech Republic missing out, finishing second, Scotland in third, and Russia bottom of the table. So there's confirmation of all the results from this week. There's today's match between Scotland and Russia, 0-0. Italy 2-2, and that's enough to take the Italians through to this summer's finals in Switzerland. So Leanne, thank you very much for joining us this week. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. Thank you very much for watching. However you've watched it on YouTube, Facebook or Twitter. Just another reminder that next time we'll be live will be the Youth Cup final. It's Thursday the 26th of April. That is live from Hampden, and you can join us for coverage there. But that concludes our coverage this week for the women's Under-19s elite qualifying for this summer's Euros. Remember, the Euros are here next summer, Under-19s, so we will qualify automatically for that one. And remember, Scotland's women's national team take on Poland in the crucial World Cup qualifier on Tuesday night. It's in Paisley, the Paisley 2021 Stadium. Kick-off 7:35. Tickets are still available and you can pay at the gate as well. But from myself, Stephen, and Leanne Ross, meanwhile, you can keep up to date with everything on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the national teams. But from us, it's very goodbye from Ainslie Park.